What's up guys, welcome back to the Phono Guy, and in this video I am going to share with you people the 25 plus tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro. And you can see that this is the Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro, and it is a very handy phone built with a metal design and comes in a very unique shape and the colors. So this is the Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro, and now we proceed to the tips and tricks of Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro. Tip number 1 is the Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro's always on display. As you can see, this is the always on display of Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro. To use this feature, you just have to go into the settings, and we open the lock here of the phone, and we go into the settings here, and in the settings you have to go into the display option here. And when you enter the display option, scroll down, and here you will find the always on display feature here. As you can see, this is the always on display. You can turn it on and off here, and there are different ways to use the always on display feature. It comes in the digital, analog. You can use it with the different custom designs, and it also comes with the world clock design here, and you can add the world clock here, and if you want to do different things can be done with this. And moving next, we have the calendar. You can also show the calendar here, and I just want to give you a little detail of this. For this, you can also choose different colors. As you can see, the clock turns into orange when I choose the orange color here, and I can choose different colors. There are almost 10 to 12 colors here which I can choose here, and the clock changes its colors with that. You can also change the backgrounds here. You can see that clearly that the backgrounds are changing here when I change the wallpapers in the background, and there are different wallpapers available for the background which can be used here, and I can apply it, and for different designs I can do the same thing again and again. And when you apply it, go back and just turn your device off, and you can see here that this feature is turned on here. And we go back again into the settings to the same feature again here in the display, always on display here, and you can see that you can show for always, and you can also set the schedule here. And when you set the schedule here, you can see you can set the schedule at what time you want to set the schedule. You can set the schedule. Moving to the next feature here, we have here the multi-window feature, which is a split screen which comes in the Nougat here. For this, you have to go into the settings again, and in the settings you have to go into the advanced features here. Here you will find the multi-window option. You can turn this feature, the split screen, on and off here. If you turn this feature on here, go back and just double tap this multitasking window button here, and when you press it, this button, and you keep pressing this button here, you can see that the multi-window appears here, and the screen can be controlled in the multi-window here. If you keep one app open here, and now you press the multi-window button here, and you can see that you can now use two apps simultaneously in the multi-window option here, and you can resize both the apps here. As you can see that I have opened just one app, and I can go back again and do the same process here, and I can resize both the applications at the same time. To what length I want to use the application, I can use the application right away. Going to the next feature here, we have another feature here. If we go into the advanced features, and you can see that there is a quick launch camera button, and if you turn this feature on here, the quick launch camera button here, and go back, and when you double press the home button here, the camera application will be launched here. So you do not have to hesitate to press the open the lock and open the lock and use the camera from there. You just simply press the home button twice, and your camera will be open, and you can take snaps very quickly from this feature. Moving to the next feature here, going into the settings and in the advanced features here, and you can see we have the one-handed feature here. So set the buttons here, which you press the home button twice, or you can simply set the gesture here. I have set the gesture feature, and if I cross the diagonally from here, the one-handed feature is turned on, and I can move it on both the sides of the device here, and it's very simple to use for the one-handed operation of the device. Moving to the next feature here, if we go into the device maintenance here and into the battery here, there's a very useful feature here. You can use the battery to the mid and the max here. If you use the battery to the mid, it shows different features which will be enabled and disabled to maximize the usability of your battery, and it can add 3 hours, almost 3 hours of battery in your smartphone by using this feature. And if you go to the max here, you can see that it can add almost 4 hours plus of battery life, and it's showing that it will almost add battery life of more than 1 day here. And these are very useful features here in the battery here, and these are advanced features here. And for the one more thing to note here is that you can show the percentage of the battery here on the status bar here by just simply pressing this toggle here. If you turn on, this percentage shows up, and if you turn off, the percentage goes off. Moving next up, we again go into the settings here, and in the settings we go into the accessibility here, and we scroll down and you can see that there is an option named the send SOS messages, and we tap on, and if you turn on this feature and agree the statement here, and you can see that you can add some SOS messages recipients here, and you can give their phone numbers. And if you go back and you simply have to press the power key 3 times to send a message to any person you have mentioned there in case of emergency here. And going back again, this specific tip, we can see that there is also an option of attachment of pictures and recordings which you can send in case of emergency to any person you want to send. Moving next up, we go into the apps directly, and you can see that there is the app button here, and for this you have to go into the apps, and in the settings here, pressing the toggle on the top right corner, and you can hide and show this home button here. And if I hide this button, you can see that there is no button anymore, and you have to do it like Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. And again, go into the settings of this apps, and you can bring this app drawer again back to the home screen here. So this is very interesting tip here. And again, going to the settings here in the app drawer, and if you want to hide any application, you can hide it. And if I hide the calculator here, and to show you that there is no calculator anymore here, and the calculator is hidden now, and you can see that. And if you want to bring it back here, again go into the settings of the apps, and to bring it and unmark it and apply it, and you can see that if we go back here, and you can see that the calculator app is now back here. And moving next up, we have another tip and trick for that is the LED notification, which is the LED flash notification now. And for this you have to go into the settings again, and in the settings you have to go into the accessibility, and accessibility you go hearing, and you can turn on simply these flash notifications here. And when you will press these notifications here and you receive any notification, it will just blink the flash here. This is a very useful notification for the Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro here. And moving to the next tip here, we go into the settings again here, and when we are into the settings, we go into the display here to show you the blue light filter here. And this is the blue light filter. What it does, you can increase and decrease the opacity here to decrease the ratio of the blue light, whatever you want to use the blue light, because blue light can help you to sleep at night, and this is a very useful feature and reduces the stress on your eyes here. And you can simply turn on this feature, and you can also turn this feature on a schedule here by turning on the turn on as schedule here. And this is a very useful feature. If you press this toggle here in the notifications bar here, and you can see that it turns on this blue light filter, which is very useful to reduce the stress on the eyes and induce sleep. And moving next up, again going into the settings, and in the settings we go into the display again, and in the screen zoom and font, you can see that you can increase the screen size of the fonts here, and you can also decrease it. And if I increase the size of the font for a while here to show you, and increase the size of the fonts written here, and I apply this settings here, you can see that the font size is now increased, and it's showing very huge fonts here, and even the icon size is increased here. This is very simple to apply here. And again go into the display here, and screen zoom and font, and decrease it to the normal here, and apply it, and you can see that when I applied, everything goes back to the normal here, to the smaller size here. And going into the settings again, and again going into the display here, and I just want to show you one more thing, the icon frames here. And if you want to use the icon frame, you can use the icons with frames, and you can also use only icons here, and you apply it, and you can see that there are no more frames and only icons are appearing here. And go back again into the display here, and to turn this feature off, and you can simply turn this feature off and bring the icons with frame feature back here. And moving next up, we go into the settings here again, and in the settings you have to go into the display, and when you are into the display you can keep this feature on if you do not want to turn the lights on in your when the cell phone is in your pocket or in a bag. And when you turn this feature on, it simply will not wake the screen up. And moving next up, we again go into the settings here in the display, and you can set the screensaver here. Whenever your cell phone is charging, it will just show a screensaver here, which is very beautiful looking, this color screensaver here. And you can just simply turn this feature on to use the colors here as a screensaver when your phone is charging. And moving next up, we go into the settings again, and in the settings we go into the display, and in the display we go into the vision here. And when you are into the vision, you can turn a few things here, and there are many useful things here in the vision. We just use few. I will just show you a few things here. And you can turn on this high contrast font here, and it increases the contrast of the screen and shows more vibrant and more dark colors of the screen now. And you can also turn this feature on for the messages, and you can see that when you show it in the messages here, and the messages, the keyboard will now appear darker here. And simply go back to the settings again, and you can turn this feature off, the high contrast keyboard. And there are many other features here like the grayscale and negative colors, and I just simply want to show you the negative colors here. If I turn on this feature, it brings the negative colors to the screen. So you can see that there are negative colors to the screen now, and you can keep this feature on if you want to do it. And otherwise, to disable this feature, go into the display, vision, and scroll down and negative colors, and turn this feature off here. Moving next up, we have another feature here, very useful tip here. And for this you have to go into the settings here, and in the settings you have to go into the wallpapers and themes. And here you can download many wallpapers and themes, and you have three options: the wallpaper, themes, and icons here. And you can download any one of them here, and you can go into the themes and download your favorite themes from here and apply them onto your Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro here. And these are very beautiful and unique themes in the tops. And the new features here, you can go and find out the themes you want to select for your device here, and I will show you a few of them here, and I will guide you that how you can enable them. If you go into the icons, and if I download a single icon package here, for example I download this icon package here, and you can see that this package is now downloading here, and I press this download button here and to download this package here, and it will take a while to download. And when this is downloaded, I will show you that it is applied on the screen, and it looks beautiful here. And there are many icons which you can use and make customization to your screens as you want to customize. And this is now applying here to just show you that you can see that this is now applied on the screen, and it looks beautiful here. And simply go back into the settings again, wallpaper, themes, and in icons, and download any of the icons which you want to download. Go into the settings again, and in the settings we scroll down in the settings to go into the lock screen and the security option, and scroll down here, and you will find this secure folder feature here, and use a pattern. I have put a pattern here, and if I put the pattern here, and you can use the fingerprint scanner and the patterns and other lock types which you want to use here. You can see that there are three different lock types here. You can use them, and you can auto lock it, and I prefer it immediately. When I go out of the secure folder, it locks it immediately, and you can show it on the home screen, and if you don't want to show it, you can hide it. And if I show it for a while here, and go back and in the apps here, and there is the secure folder here, and if I tap upon it, it asks me for a pattern here, and if I draw the pattern here, and you can see that there are few apps, you can lock it and go back again. And if I open it for a while here and go back into the secure folder here, and moving it into the secure folder, and you can add apps here, different applications can be added here, different files can be kept here, and you can add these features here to whatever preference you want, and you can hide different kind of applications into this secure folder here. This is a very useful application which Samsung has introduced into its new UI features, and simply just keep the files hidden in the secure folder, and when you go out it again locks and again asks for a pattern or a fingerprint and any other kind of lock you have put, and your applications and data is secure inside this feature. And moving next up, we go into the settings again, and in the settings we go into the lock screen and security again, and app shortcuts. You can add different app shortcuts now. Before there only two app shortcuts, the phone and the camera were there, but now you can add app shortcuts of your own preference here. And if I add, for example, the Facebook here and go back and lock the screen here, you can see that the Facebook and the Chrome is now appearing here, and I can simply tap open Facebook from here and to go into the Facebook here. And moving next up, we go into the settings again, and in the settings we open the advanced features here, and in the advanced features we go into the dual messenger, and this is a very useful feature which is just specific for J7 Pro here. And it is what it does, it actually adds two Facebooks and two Skypes and two Twitter's applications on your home screen. And if you simply turn this feature on here, and if I turn this feature on here to show you, and it starts an installation process here, and a dual messenger will be added for the Facebook here, and I can put two accounts in Facebook here. You can see that one Facebook is here and one is here, the original one is here, and I have already opened it and there's one account running here. And if I go back to show you the new Facebook here, and it is just the brand new one, and you can add another account here. Very useful feature here. And moving next up, we go into the settings, and in the notification you can turn on notifications for different applications which not many people know about it, and these annoying notifications keep on appearing, and if you don't want to show these notifications on your lock screen or home screen, just simply turn them off and they will not appear on your home screen and lock screen. And you can disable this feature, and it will not show notifications for the Amazon app anymore here. And if you want to enable, you can enable, and it will keep showing the notifications. Very useful trick here. Moving next up, we go into the settings again, and in the settings again going into the sound and the vibration here, and you can turn on this do not disturb feature. Very useful feature. And when this feature is turned on, no more calls and messages will be attended to your phone, and you can simply turn this feature on, and you can also enable it on your preference, whatever day and time you want to turn this feature on. And going again into the sounds and vibration here, and going into the scrolling down and going into the answering and ending calls, you just simply turn on this feature and press home key to answer the calls. It will answer the calls when you press the home key here, and press power key to end the calls. You can use these features and to answer the calls for the home key, and to end the calls for the power key, and you can answer the call automatically also. And a smart alert is another simple trick here, and when you turn this on and raise your phone when it is lying on something, table or other, and it will show you the missed notification and alerts which you have missed recently, and it will pop up here. And going into the settings again, and if we go into the settings, let me focus it here, and you can see we can go into the accessibility here, and in the accessibility, the simple tap mode for the alerts, for the alarms and phone calls. Actually what it does, when you put an alarm and it is annoying you, and you just simply tap on the home screen here, and it will turn the alarm off, and if you want to attend the call, you can attend the call from this single tap mode option here. This is a very useful feature here from the Samsung introduced into this UI here. And to take a snapshot, you just simply have to press the power key and the home key, and the snapshot will be added here. And there are now features to add the snapshots, and if we go into the snapshot here, and you can see that you can add this snapshot with different tools Samsung has provided here into this new UI here, which is very useful here. You can pinch and drag whatever things you want to do with the snapshot here. Many different tools are there, you can check them out. Very useful tools are here to take the snap and edit it with your own preference. And these are the features, top 30 tips and tricks for Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then give this video a thumbs up, and up till next video, bye bye and peace.